Would you live on a resort in Hawaii? How about a townhome with an ocean view in Ko Olina? For ocean views in Ko Olina, there are really only two main places you're gonna find them. At that hotel looking thing over there called Beach Villas, where listings start well over 2 million, or you can come to Kylani and get this view. Let me show you this townhome. So Kylani is a unique neighborhood in Ko Olina because it's before the front gate. There's always the pretty girl waving. It's before you kind of enter the hustle and bustle of the resort. So if I wanted to focus on the positive of that, I don't have to go through the gate. I miss, how many, 18, 20? 18 speed bumps going all the way to the back. I don't deal with as much of the tourist traffic. It's a little more rooted in a way. And really the biggest advantage is when you have one of these front row units where you get this ocean view. And as far as these units go, this is a place where I would actually prefer the second floor because I want to get up and get more of the view, as we can see here. Now, although this is a 2-bedroom and not a 3-bedroom, most people buying in Kylani aren't buying to raise their kids and ride bikes and to have that suburban lifestyle. You can go to Kapolei, Mililani Mauka, areas of Makakilo. You can go to plenty of other places for that. Most people that are buying here are of a season of life where they want to come and enjoy. And it's probably not a full-time thing, but if it is, 2 bedrooms suffices, right? We have our primary suite for my wife and I, and we have our office in the back. We'll get to show you the kitchen, the dining. Let's show you the primary suite. I had to make sure this is a real bed because staging, sometimes it's just like a do not sit on bed. I was gonna say, you wake up to ocean views. Would you and your wife have any sort of battle over who gets this side?
Oh, I'm taking that side.
You're taking this side. Leave me a comment. Is Kenji making the right decision by taking the ocean fronting side of the bed? But if you are in this suite, your bed does have to be this way. I like the high ceilings. Whatever space you have. You have a 10 by 10 foot space, higher ceiling, space feels bigger, right? With this vaulted sort of ceiling right here, it makes for a nice open feel. We'll take you guys into the bathroom. His and hers. Kenji's probably gonna take the better of the two. So whichever one that is, that's the one Kenji's taking. A shower bath combo. Have you ever seen a Toto toilet? Do you even know what Toto toilets are? This toilet probably costs, I don't know, $1,500. They're expensive toilets. And some of them, when you walk up to them, this thing will open. If you like wave your hand, it'll start playing music and showering the water. I don't know how to make this one work. I'm gonna leave it alone. Toto Toilet tells me that they cared about nice things and cared about this place. The living room speaks for itself. Everything about how the agents are looking to price it, how the owners are looking to price it, the way that these front row units have performed historically has to do with the ocean view, right? So you're ushering your energy out there. Sometimes, even though ocean views are amazing, if it's winter and it's March and it's still snowing and you're watching this from Colorado, this next comment may not go over as well with you, may not land as well with you, but sometimes just everything being about the ocean can actually be a drawback. When we were at that Hale Makaha video, I liked that there were certain parts of the home that drew you inwards, to your family, to your spouse, to your work, and not everything was focused on the outwards energy. So the living room, great ocean view, little office nook here with an ocean focus. I'm doing a buyer consult with you. I'm doing a seller consult with you. We're talking about how to buy, sell real estate on a Zoom video. And I'm not showing you the ocean in the background to rub it in. I'm looking at the ocean while you talk. There's that, but when you're over here in the home, it still feels like a home. So I like that. The ocean's there, it's in my periphery, but it still feels like a home in here. Decent sized kitchen for a townhome, as you must when you're selling real estate. Pellegrinos and Perriers. Good sized kitchen, stone countertop, standard stainless everywhere. Stainless farmhouse sink, nice touch. Wider hallways, stackable washer dryer, big second bathroom. And let's show you what would be an office for me, because I'm probably not living here with my kids. Also, if you own this, family wants to come visit you. That's facts. Also, if you own this, it may be that you're looking to monetize it in the time that you aren't here, right? It's not cheap for everyone. Some of you watching it is. For a lot of people it isn't. So if you're going to have any sort of leverage or debt attached to this home, if you're gonna have a mortgage, you probably wanna rent it out in the other 6 months that it sits vacant. And that being the case, this wouldn't be an office, this would just be a room just like this. Another thing, in Kylani, it's really important where you are. So there's the ocean fronting units, front row. Those are obviously the best, the most sought after, they're rare gems. There's the stuff in between, which is neutral, maybe a little closer to the pool, maybe a little closer egress. But then there are the back row homes, which are right on Farrington Highway. We're making an effort not to focus on anything negative in this video. However, I have to call it like I see it, and the homes back set in this community next to the highway, they're just less desirable for many reasons. This is one of the best units in the community. Living in Ko Olina. We've had clients that move here, they live in Ko Olina, they rent in Ko Olina, they buy in Ko Olina, they sold. I don't know anyone who didn't like it. One thing is you have landscaping that goes on. That's what I'm doing right now, is letting this loud lawnmower get past us. But you know, anyone who's buying in Ko Olina, I do start with cautioning them. Are you sure you want to live a resort life? Will the novelty of it wear off? But the people who are buying and choosing Ko Olina are doing it for a reason. They know. And they all like it. I have met people that say it would be hard to leave this. My local people watching, if you're thinking, oh yeah, well, because they're all from the mainland and they're living on this resort with all of this landscaping and swimming pools, etc. Even local people that I know who live in here. Actually, one of my cousins lives right across from the unit that I own, and they love it in here. So there's a vibrancy to living on a resort. What does that mean? It means amongst tourists. It means amongst people that whether they're visiting or local, they've had the time today to go golf. It just, and it imparts an energy on you. You know, people waving at you when you come through the gate. Good landscaping everywhere. Your neighbors are the Four Seasons, Disney Kylani, the Marriott. Before I joined the Coast Guard to get in shape, I would come here and jog this whole thing, and then I would swim laps in the lagoons. Nowadays, 20 years later, these knees are a little different. So, for example, this morning I brought my bike up and down. Do you know how long of it Inui is?
It's about 2 miles.
About 2 miles?
One way.
One way.
So if you do a round trip, it's about 4.
Yeah, so that's a healthy run or bike. I didn't realize it was that long. Almost 2 miles, like 1.8, yeah, or something.
Yeah, just a little less.
A little less than 2 miles each way. Sights to see, lagoons to swim in, afternoon sunset walks. It's always interesting to me, how can one place have a better sunset than another? You're on Earth watching the sunset. Even more specifically, if you're on the island, so whether you're in Nanakuli or Ko Olina, but there is something about Ko Olina where the sunsets seem to be the best, especially in the right time of year. There's a gym and sports club. As an owner here, or if you're visiting for long enough, you can access the gym. One could argue that it's sort of sterile or not real life, but I think that's what you're going for when you're choosing to either stay here, invest here, or live here. You're not choosing real life, you know, you're choosing this life. And if you do need to go handle real life, maybe for the occasional cardiologist appointment, specialty medical care, you need to go into town. So maybe you need to go into the city or what we call town for certain things. But for the most part, being that Kapolei, Hawaii and Oahu's second city is right there. Ross, Costco, good food, bars, village bottle shop, island vintage coffee, everything you would need is right around here. Oh, Thai Discovers.
Oh. 14 morning.
What's up, bro?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Good, cuz.
You can get into Ko Olina in the maybe high 700s. Back in Hillside, it's the community further in the back. I prefer that over fairways on the right because in Hillside, you can actually do the midterm renting, and I want to have different exit plans and monetization plans, right? And then townhomes go all the way up to 1.8 million, like the one we showed you today. And then there's Ko Olina Beach Villas, which is more of a condo-tel. It's a condo that you own. It's very much a resort hotel. You know, those can go about as high as your brain can imagine. Starting in the 2s, going into the 3s, maybe in 4s. I think I saw one listing for 5 even. As long as your budget gets into the high 7s, low 800s, you can find your place in Ko Olina. There's advantages and disadvantages to all the different communities. You know, Hillside is further in the back, 18 speed bumps, but then it's more quiet. Where my townhome is, which is, there's a path right there, you go through and like walk a little, take a right. We could be there in maybe 3 minutes. It's cheaper than Coconut Plantation, which is by ABC store. Coconut Plantation has more trees, has just a little different vibe. Ours is a little more concrete, less trees, but then way cheaper price per square foot. And after all, when you're renting, how many people can you sleep? How many beds are in there? In a 3-bedroom in both communities, it's 6, right? Kylani, the one that we looked at today, it's off of the resort almost. It's like half on, half off. And so some people may see that as a drawback, but many people are like, okay, I can exit quicker. If you have to go to Kapolei and you live in the back versus living in Kylani, talking a difference of 5-7 minutes maybe, depending. And then multiply that by 2, now we're 10 to 15 minutes. So Kylani has its convenience, one of the only places you're getting an ocean view, and maybe a little less tourists to deal with, right? And maybe you prefer that. It's a different vibe. I like Ko Olina. We come here, I come here to see my friend Ty, his brother, and just have dinner and catch the vibes and escape from reality sometimes. And I think it's a good place for people who are looking to do that permanently, or for 6 months at a time, or 3 months, or just all year for maybe the next 5 years. It's a really special place. And guys, if you're interested in this property that we showed today or anything else on the island in Ko Olina, or you need to sell, you know where to go. Go to coreteamhawaii.com, go to the bottom, fill out the contact form. Let's connect.
Who's gonna carry the boat?
Living the dream, baby.